We're here in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park. We are participating in a Lemons race in a pretty cool car. So we are here at Lemons, my first Lemons race ever, and we're here with somebody you might recognize, Mark from Frankenstein Motorworks. He came down last year and helped me build my MR2. We did the 2AR swap. That wound up making 230 wheel horsepower. Mark has his own MR2 with a 2AR swap.
Yep, this is the exact same setup that you've got in your car, except we've got a sorted suspension on this one.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
Hopefully we won't scare the hell out of you on this one.
Well, hey, after driving mine on track, nothing can scare me. So I'm sure yours is only going to be better.
So as I said, it's the exact same engine. It's the Toyota Camry hybrid motor with a second intake cam. And then other than that, it's mostly stock, just with a whole bunch of chassis reinforcements so that it stops flexing all over the place. Yokohama's AO52s, and we should be running high 40s, 140s this weekend. The wing was selected specifically to be wider than the car for comedic effect.
Why are we doing things for comedic effect, Mark?
Lemons is basically it's a cheap way to get out there and race. And the idea is you have a car that's worth $500. Now, a lot of people disagree that this is worth $500, but it comes down to your engine, your drivetrain, and your suspension. So there's a whole lot of safety stuff and everything that doesn't count towards that. You end up with like $6,000 to $10,000 cars is what you're at, which is dirt cheap for a race car. We get out here, our short races are like 14 hours long. Long races obviously are 24 hours, so it's a ton of track time, and it's just a blast. It's just an absolute blast. You get out there and wheel-to-wheel racing. You can't do that anywhere else for this budget. It's fantastic.
Well, this is my first time doing endurance racing, first time doing Lemons. You'll hold my hand through all of this?
Just don't rip up the tires, man.
All right.
So we had 215 front and rear.
I'm Alex Timmermans. I'm here with Frankenstein Motorworks. Mark's built us a wonderful car. We're so lucky to have friends that build us race cars and invite us to come out and play around with them. Duties, I don't think we really have any of that. Keep the car running, keep fuel in it, and that's about it.
I'm Mike. I'm racing with Frankenstein Motorworks today. I'm going to win. I'm the faster driver of all of us, including Ben, so. I love Lemons. I think it's awesome. I think it's the spirit of racing. You know, for me, racing was always like, started out as a bunch of guys just building stuff in a shed, and then it's all about my thing is faster than your thing. And this is very much what I think the spirit of Lemons is. So.
I've driven a 2AR swapped MR2 on track before, mine. It was terrifying, but my setup is pretty bad right now, and I think that this car is much more dialed in, so I'm just feeling confident. And we're racing a Barber. Told me that the brakes wouldn't lock up, but I don't know about that.
It's looking great. It's looking fantastic. Looking forward to see what kind of times he's got, but because it's not the real race yet, we can't see it until he comes in. So I bet he might even touch 140s. We'll see.
I need to actually remember to talk when I'm out on track because I keep forgetting. I get so in the zone. You'd think I would know how to do this by now. But that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It was a pleasure to drive, yeah, super nice.
What kind of lap times?
I think I did a 52. 52? It wasn't running initially, so.
Oh, okay.
But I think I saw like a 52 flat. So this is my first laps in Tanya, the MR2. It was a ton of fun. The car is like crazy predictable. It feels like my car, just less dangerous. There's some fast guys here. I thought everybody would just be like playing around, just like taking it like a joke. And there are some people here that are not fast, but there are also people here that are a lot faster than me. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun race.
Hey, I'm Bill. I race with the Frankenstein Motorworks team here. Been racing with them for like 10 years. I just got to do some test laps in the EMR2 here at Barber Motorsports, which is an awesome track. And it is unbelievable. It is so much fun to get out and be able to actually turn like hard laps in this thing on track. It's a blast. So Win has a lot of racecraft to it, and this has a small gas tank, so we're just gonna be pitting a lot. That's gonna be tough to pull off an overall win. Speed-wise, we're definitely there, but you need a lot of luck, and you need to be able to do like long stints to really shoot for top of Class A. It's possible, but I'd say it's an outside chance.
So Mark, what are these?
You're expected to be bribing the judges every time you go through tech because you're cheating, right? So you have to bribe in order to get, put into. No, the reality is that that really is true, but that's not how. You're going to get the laps you're going to get anyways, whether you bribe or not. It's just part of the fun.
Oh, okay,
so you come up with some stupid gift or something, and you give them something, you get your car spray painted, and it just kind of racks up how many races you've done, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there I was.
You money shifted it?
Yeah, so I was on pace to set like a 140 or something like that, and then
That's what matters on practice day.
Yeah, from third to second, because the little thing didn't catch, it didn't drop down.
Oh, it doesn't drop down until you go to fifth.
Yeah, well, it has been dropping down today though.
Oh, okay.
Now here's what happened. It over revved. The thing said over rev, and I like immediately when I heard it, I clutched it in.
Okay.
And then put it into fourth, and the display stopped blinking that, and it's fine. And then it's shifting 3-4, fine, and coming into the pit shifting in a second, it's fine.
Okay, and it seems like it's making good power. Put
Everything's
your
fine.
foot on the brake so it doesn't roll, and then start it so I can hear it idle. Okay, kill it. I'll go pull the logs out of the computer and see what we get out of there.
Okay.
But hopefully it's fine. It sounds like it's not catastrophic. In worst case, it throws rockers, this engine,
Okay.
which is going to be a pain in the ass to service, but we can do it tonight if we have to.
Okay. Well,
So let me get the laptop.
sorry.
That's all right. It happens. Oh. Hold on. I accidentally closed it. I saw 9,200 RPM. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You got away with it. Congratulations. It's just got to go back together. Yeah, we got 16 rockers. They're all in place. So we just need to reassemble the motor. We're good to go. We had to pull the valve cover off anyways, so this is a perfect opportunity to show you guys what we've done to this motor. So this is essentially a Camry hybrid, but if you sneak your way in here, this is the intake cam on this side. That's the exhaust cam. This is another intake cam. So even though the lobes are technically at slightly different spacing, it does just fit. And we've got it set on the standard Camry hybrid cam gear. And that's it. That's all we've done to the inside of the motor. And this makes 235-ish wheel horsepower. Oh. Oh. That hurts. Mike, that hurts.
These two guys are laughing their asses.
Don't worry, I won't be when I do it. Feel just as bad as mine.
Yeah, no, but we got the motor taken apart right now and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine.
It's a Toyota engine. What are you gonna do? Mike can't break a Toyota engine.
You know, I really want to be a cheerleader for Toyota, but no, we got lucky here. That's literally over 50% more than the stock Redline for the valve train that we're using. 50%.
Good morning. We are back at Barber. Alex is going to be starting us off. Usually Mark starts these races because the starts are super hectic. He'll do like an hour and a half stint. We get the next person in the car, refuel. So apparently the first hour of the race is going to be the most hectic, obviously the craziest, and then cars are going to start dropping out.
Lots of people trying to make big moves at the start. There will be a bunch of guys that drop out right away, so by second stint there will be a little fewer cars to be contending with, and that's sort of more what I'm used to. So this is for sure the most I've ever seen on track at one time. 117 cars is going to be fairly crazy.
What's the over-under on how many cars he's going to pass?
A lot of them.
Like in the first lap?
Oh, yeah, it takes
Probably a lot of
Glad
them.
it came in.
Hopefully a lot.
Green flag, green flag, green, 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 green flag, green flag, green flag.
Yep, he's passing people. He's already got his first pass off. Excellent. And we're racing. He passed 9 cars in 1 lap. We're probably got another 1 or 2 laps like that, and we'll probably get to 20, 25, and then slowly work our way up from there. Started in 50th.
And we are where?
8th place now.
And we've done how many laps?
6. You passed second and first place. You are now in first place. Congratulations. We should be able to hold on to first until refueling, but we're going to have to refuel early, so we're probably going to drop down to 5th or 6th at refueling, and then it'll be your turn, and we'll see if you can catch all those back up, you know? No pressure. So we've got about 30 minutes to go at this point before we need to put Ben in the car. We need to throw about 10 or 11 gallons of fuel in and change drivers, and there should be nothing else needed to the car. We'll just send it right back out and see if we can climb right back up to first place after that. So in Lemons, you can't fuel while the driver's in the car. So you have to get the driver entirely out of the car and then fuel the car fully. As soon as the gas cap is closed, then you can start putting the other driver in. So the whole thing takes 3 to 5 minutes, depending on exactly how organized you are and whatnot.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
We'll take
Yours has the right clips.
So when I went and got in the car, I forgot my Hans device. There's like 9 different safety items you have to remember, plus all the stuff we're trying to do to the car. And that cost us a bunch of places because Alex got us into first place by a healthy margin. So while I'm sitting in the pits just waiting, we dropped down to 18th place from first.
You know what? Still wasn't our slowest pit stop.
Yellow and the exit of turn 2. Yellow, the exit of turn 2. I don't see it. He's doing great. He just passed about 5 or 6 cars in one corner. He's doing awesome.
That was so much fun. Mark built such a good car. That car is a blast to drive, and I think it's like potentially the fastest car in the field. And I got us back up over the course of like an hour and 25 minutes, back up to second place. Didn't blow any yellow flags, which is amazing. I'm shocked. And now Mike's out there. We're killing it. Everybody was saying we probably wouldn't be competitive because of the size of our fuel tank, but I think that if we can save 1 pit stop and only do 5 pit stops, I think we have a chance.
just completed my session on the car for today, for Saturday. Looks like we're in 5th place after my session, after our pit stop. So I think we kept it together.
Good.
So Bill is in the car right now. He's about to come in at some point. Whenever he runs out of gas, we're gonna put Mark in the car. Last stint of the day. We are currently in 3rd place. 3rd place. Every time I asked these guys how we were gonna do, they would always say, yeah, we really don't have a shot. We're in 3rd place at the end of the day, the first day, so pretty good.
I don't have any words. I'm just excited. I can't wait to get in the car.
No pressure.
That was awesome, dude. I can't believe I get to do this. That was a lot of fun. So at the end of today, once it hits checkered flag time, so at 5 o'clock, when the lead car comes across the cross finish, they'll wave the checkered flag, and that's the end of the race. So however many laps you have at that point is what you have in the books. And then tomorrow, they'll grid up the top 10 cars in order, and then the rest of the field is just random behind that, and they'll drop the green flag on the #1 car. So if we finish in 3rd today, we start in 3rd tomorrow.
So about an hour left in our day. We're running 4th place right now. Mark's in the car. So 30 seconds off 3rd place. So we're yelling at him on the radio, trying to talk him into going a little bit faster, but we know that he's at his sort of comfort limit right now. So he's pushing the car pretty hard, I think, but going well.
Finished up the day. The track is cold. We finished in 4th place out of 117 cars, and we started 50th. We had 4 driver changes. It's not half bad for a car that's not even supposed to be competitive. So tomorrow I'm going to start. We'll just see how high we can end up by the end of the day tomorrow, and that'll determine our ultimate finishing position for the race. This is so fun. It is the last day of the race, starting this morning in 4th place. We're behind an SVT Focus. Ben Thorne would be very proud. I'm starting in the car, obviously. Definitely no nerves. I'm just gonna try and do my best. We're faster, but we have less fuel capacity, so it's gonna be tough. We'll just see what happens, and I'll try and keep it clean.
All right, get ready. Get ready. Green, 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 green. Good job, good job.
So I just finished my last stint of the weekend, the first stint of today. So it was a 2-hour stint, and now we're on lunch break because there's a quiet hour at the track. We started in 4th. We easily passed, I think, everybody, but we were 3 laps down or 4 laps down from the
P1 and P2, but P3 we were on the same lap. We passed him, then we lapped him, then I had to come in for fuel. He passed us back again. We added fuel, I got back in the car, went back out, repassed him, and now we're actually sitting in 3rd place in going at lunch break. Unfortunately, I did break the rear sway bar.
You're amazing driving here. Let me finish pulling this out here.
Why does that sound so sarcastic?
You broke it. We ripped off our rear sway bar tab, and with the tools we have and the time we have, we've only got an hour. We can't fix this. So as you described it earlier, we're gonna go trophy truck style and just hope that the tires are gonna last 5 hours. The car will handle just the same. It's just gonna kill tires at this point. So it's only 5 hours, should be fine. I'll put a quart in. It's at least a quart low because I can't see it on the dipstick, and we'll see where it lands. This doesn't even have a catch can on it, so it's possible that just it's going in through the crankcase vent. I'm not too concerned about it, but I will go through it and inspect how much oil is in the bottom of the intake and whatnot, just to kind of get a better feel for why. But it's not going to stop us from racing today. I'm just going to go out there and dominate. That's it. I'm going to go dominate. You see that 97 there? It's going to be in the first place by the time I'm done.
Okay, so we are still in 3rd place. We are ahead of the Focus by like a minute, but we just put Mike into the car and he lost 4th gear. So we have no 4th gear. It feels like I'm in my Evo, it sounds like. He puts into 4th, no power. I mean, it just free revs. He's just having to make do with 3rd and then shifting into 5th. So his lap times are much slower than they could be. They're like high 50s, like 158s. Close to Mike coming in, and then we put Alex into the car. It's got to be a really fast pit stop, and hopefully we can time it with a double yellow. But it's going to be tough to stay on the same lap as the Focus, and then Alex has to just bang out laps to actually pass him again. Radio check, radio check.
Radio check, radio check.
Is it still in third? Was he starting in third? No, he's starting in first. Oh, okay.
It just rattled and then lost power and then a big bang and smoke everywhere. Smoke filled the cockpit.
What you're saying is there was a race between the motor and the trans, and the motor actually gave up first?
Yeah, the motor was feeling really good. Everything was fine. The gearbox was fine. I was just really being easy on the shift. And coming out of Wiggly, around a corkscrew into Wiggly, just felt soft, rattly, and then bang, and smoke everywhere.
You know, I did have to top off the oil. I wonder if we just have an oil leak, and I mean, nothing can really survive an oil leak if it's too big, so. Well, either way, we'll see you when you come in on the wrecker.
Yeah, copy. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I don't know what happened, but the motor's dead. The motor's dead.
Mark, have you ever had an engine failure before at one
No,
of these?
this is our first, again, since 2009, since we've been running the 2AR, this is our first engine failure.
Not bad.
Yeah. Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't have to look very far.
No.
Yeah, okay. This block is done.
What the heck do you think caused that? How do you do that?
Well, maybe we don't tell Mike, but the rods might have been stressed due to a money shift incident earlier in the weekend. It's a 97 millimeter stroke that went 9,200 RPM on stock connecting rods and pistons. These two events might be related.
Literally never let him live that down.
See that chimney of smoke coming out the head? That's funny.
Well, I had an absolute blast this weekend, but if this isn't endurance racing, I don't know what is. Endurance racing with Frankenstein Motorworks and Lemons was one of the most fun things I've ever gotten to do. A huge highlight of my year so far. Really grateful to Mark and the guys for having me out to race. And if you would like to see exactly what it was that went wrong with that 2AR engine in our MR2, as well as the transmission, head over to Mark's channel at Frankenstein Motorworks, where he does an entire detailed autopsy of the drivetrain and powertrain and finds out exactly what went wrong and shows you the extremely gory aftermath. Thanks for watching, guys.